Hi there and welcome to Seps and Shelley's DIY. I'm Shelley and Seps behind the camera, and today we've got this beautiful piece of Danish furniture. This is a table that's made out of solid teak, made by the company France & Son, and I'll tell you a bit more about them later. I just want to show you now the surface of the table. As you can see, there is a huge watermark here, and there's a hole just of here that we're going to try to get out with a bit of steam. If we go down the table a bit, there is a large stain here caused from a plant that was on top of the table. We don't know quite whether this is going to come out totally, so you'll have to stay to the end of the film to see if we do actually get every single mark out of the table. And down here again, we have lots of watermarks where drinks have been over here. And also we're going to sand everything. We're going to sand 3 times and see if we can get all these marks out of this table. Now we're going to put the table on top of here and start to take it apart, and then we're going to start to sand the surface. We're now ready to start sanding this tabletop. This is solid teak wood, so we're going to use the Orbital sander here. If it's not teak wood and it's veneer, then please take a look at this video up here. We show you there how to sand veneer. This eccentric schleifer, we're going to, this Orbital sander, we're going to use 3 different types of sanding paper. We're going to use a sanding paper with the grit 80, 120 and 180, and in between each sanding we're going to put on some spirits that we've got here, which just gets off all the very fine dust. You can do this with water, but water takes a little bit longer to dry, and we'd like to get this table finished today. So that means we're going to use spirits on this table. As we are sanding, we're going to sand first of all against the grain, and then the finish is always with the grain. The Orbital sander has to always be in movement. It's not right for it to stand in one position, otherwise you will get marks on the table. We're now going to do the final sanding. The 120 sand, we did exactly the same as with the 80 sand. With the 180, it has to be done a little bit different. You have to do the edges first, then the surface. So Sep's going to do with the grain, the edges, then afterwards the surface, once against the grain, and then to finish with the grain. When that's done, we've got a special oil that's called Saicos oil, that we're going to, that's the name of the company, Saicos. We're going to apply it twice on top of the teak table. This Saicos oil is a bit more water resistant than an ordinary teak oil. We'll apply that twice, and then we'll get down to doing the legs. I'd like to give you a bit of information about the tables or the furniture that we actually restore. A lot of our furniture is mid-century furniture, Danish furniture. Here we've got the mark underneath of this table from France & Son. France & Son started out as a company in the 1930s. It was then known as Frenz and Deverkusen. After the Second World War, it then turned into France & Son because it was the Charles France with his son James France that then took over the company. They made quality furniture, but quality flat pack furniture. They were the initiatives of IKEA furniture, but to a better quality. These furnitures were always made by some sort of designers like Finul, Grete Jaug, Olivancha, and this table is designed by Peter Hvidt. This table was actually made in 1959, and there is also a stamp under the table that confirms this. We'd like to give the legs also a little bit of a go over. We're not going to sand them, we're just going to go over them with this piece of wool. It's like a wire wool. Then it's going to be rubbed all over just to get the top surface off. Then we can use some teak oil and rub it in. To do that, to help us, we're going to use this piece of wood. I've already put one in here. We've got 4 holes in, and we're just going to screw these legs into the holes. This makes applying the teak oil just a little bit easier. And I'd just like to remind you that everything we've actually used in this film is down below in this description, so you can read exactly what we've used. So our table's now finished, and as you can see, all the marks have come off it. I'll give you a close-up in a minute, but it's looking like a new table. It's going to be our new our new living room table downstairs in our living room. We hope you've liked it. Don't forget to like, subscribe. See you in a couple of weeks. Ciao, ciao.